All right, today we are going to do a review of the digraph and diphthong sounds that we've learned so far. We are going to learn a new one, and then we're going to learn about the next syllable type, which is number 4 on our list, 4 of 6, about halfway through, the consonant LE syllable. So let's see what's next. Oh, our journal question for today. Go ahead and grab a piece of paper and a pen or pencil. We're going to write for about 5 minutes about this question, and we'll go into our breakout rooms to have a little conversation practice. I know this is English sounds and syllables, and so not exactly the same thing as writing. It's more of a reading and speaking topic, but I still think this is a valuable activity because we want to practice using English in all ways all the time, and we need some speaking practice. That's not just saying a list of words back and forth. So today's question is, if you were stuck on an island and could have only 3 things, what would you bring? If you were on an island somewhere in the world with nothing else, just you and the sand, maybe a palm tree, what would you bring with you? Take a minute to think about that question. Think about 3 things you would bring with you and write a few sentences about what it is and why you would bring them. Okay, let's take 1 more minute for writing. Write down 1 final idea, and then we'll go. We've only got 5 students here today. I think we'll still do a couple of breakout groups though. Okay. Good morning, Vivian. How are you?
Good morning.
We are just finishing up a little bit of writing practice about this question. If you were stuck on an island, there's nothing there, only the sand and a palm tree, and you could take 3 things, what would you bring with you on that island? So we're going to go into our breakout rooms now and answer this question. Oh, we have one more student joining us. Answer this question, have a little bit of small talk and conversation practice while we're waiting. This is we're not waiting for anything. This is what we're here for. We'll do this for about, I don't know, six minutes or so. Deba, we're talking about the question, if you were stuck on an island and could only have 3 things, what would you bring with you on that island? All right. And let me break out. Okay.
So I could have their clothes or fabrics and to wear, and rice to eat, and also knife to do DIY or something to build. Because in Japan we learned that clothing and food and housing are important to living. So I choose them. You know, Kazumi-san, 衣食住.
Yes. Good idea. Wow. Okay, next. I will talk. I will bring chicken for egg, knife for cut, and deep pan. But it is not true. I have to one item drop and add medicine.
Oh.
Okay, that's it. Yeah.
How about you, Diva?
She is here?
Diva, are you there?
Guys, can you carry on because my son is next to me? He really disturbing
Oh,
me.
okay, got it. No problem.
Thank you.
Okay. All right.
I think in Japan we learn about that how to live, to do well, but I think in the United States is not so learn about more. So Vanessa, have you been learned to how to cook or how to live in the school?
Yeah, I think your observation is maybe very correct. In school, no, we don't really learn a lot of basic life skills and survival skills and that kind of thing. It depends on the student and their interest in that if they want to, but it's not a requirement for students to do that. I would probably die if I was on an island without somebody to help me, because I don't have enough survival skills, maybe a couple of days. But Kazumi, if I brought a chicken with me, I wouldn't know how to take care of the chicken. I wouldn't know. I guess I do know how to cook an egg, so I could eat an egg. But yeah, I wouldn't be very comfortable for that time. I think American people are pretty dependent on the conveniences that we are able to access, even running water in our homes. And, think about everything you can buy at Walmart. It's everything you need to survive in one place. So we're very dependent on that kind of thing.
And also, I don't know how to practice the survival style. I don't know.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, I guess just walk outside your house and, close the door behind you. You just have to do it, right?
Right.
There is a TV show, there's many TV shows about survival. I'll think of the name of it in a minute, but basically this man, a survivalist who has trained and practiced in these skills, goes to a random remote location around the world and tries to stay there for a certain period of time. And the TV show is just all about his experience and the challenges he has and his creativity in solving those challenges. But it looks terrible. Sometimes he's so cold. Sometimes there's bugs everywhere. I do not want that.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember the name of that show.
I remember one time I seen that the survival show is everybody lose weight.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Probably not in a healthy way though.
Yeah. Amazingly, they're like a half a person after the finish. Wow.
Yeah, because you cut out all of that sugar that's in an American diet. So of course you're gonna lose weight. Yeah, if you're not prepared for that though, it could be very dangerous to your health.
Right. Because that one is like on TV show, so somebody is a medical team is beside of them. That's why they can do it. But it's really real and no doctor, no medicine. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, yeah, that's very true. Although sometimes on the TV show, there's the balance between getting good content for people to see and, the health and safety of the people on the show. So sometimes they push it as far as possible in a way that I'm not comfortable doing myself for sure. But yeah,
the challenger is amazing.
Yeah, good for them. We can all have our hobbies. My hobbies are to stay home and do things, crafts and read and go for a walk. That's what makes me happy. If being a survivalist makes you happy, then go for it.
Yeah, we don't stop you.
So true. All right, let's go ahead and close our breakout rooms and we'll go back into the main room and continue with our class.
Okay.
All right, I think the others will join us when their timer runs out. So, man, a chicken. I wouldn't have thought to bring a chicken to an island, but that makes sense. As long as you can feed the chicken. What do
Actually, they eat vegetable a lot. So just vegetable. And
Yeah,
Okay,
they
so
can eat weed.
they can eat the grass on the island and
Yeah, grass
the
and
tree if
weed.
they have to. Okay. All right. Lisette, what would you bring with you?
My first thing is my phone.
Okay.
Second, my blanket
Mm,
and a big bottle of water.
okay.
Can
Uh,
I have four?
mm, well, your
Three?
phone probably won't work on the island, so yeah, you can bring a fourth item.
I have everything on my phone.
I know, but there's no electricity on the island, so how could you charge your phone?
You know what Ah, mais je peux pas, elle a dit 3 choses.
Okay. I think a blanket is a good idea. At least you can, it may not be cold depending on where the island is, but you may
Exactly.
put it on the ground to have somewhere to sit and sleep and that kind of thing. It's a good idea.
And water.
Of course, water. Yeah, we would all die immediately. Well, not immediately, but pretty soon after without any water. Okay, you guys know what this is all about. The Monday morning study session and the Tuesday evening study sessions are still happening. It's 1 hour. We talk about some grammar. We talk about some other parts of the language. You get to meet students from the other classes as well. I want to make it nice and interactive and giving you some time to work together. There's no homework. There's nothing to prepare for. Just come and hang out and meet the other students. Yeah, let's continue to do that. We have a pretty small group, so I'd like to see the attendance go up a little bit, but it is just optional. There's no requirement. All right, go ahead and let me know in the chat. Did you do your homework? Did you watch the video on the class website or on YouTube? Let me know in the chat. I read all of that and I mark it down every day to count your hours and participation in the class. At the end of our class today, and depending on the attendance, I might send you an email instead. I don't like sending emails, but it's just easier sometimes. I have some questions to kind of do a check-in about session 2 and some changes that might happen in session 2. So I'm looking for some input about your experience in session 1 and then your expectations for session 2 as well. So we'll talk more about that at the end of the class. But thank you guys for anyone who did the homework. That's great. Even 30 minutes is better than nothing. I know from Tuesday to Thursday, it's a quick turnaround to do so much homework. So even just a little bit on the day in between is really helpful. It's not necessary to watch the video, but if you are absent from class and you want to see it, it's available, but it's not required. I know it's another 2 hours of your life to do. Something else you could try is if you are having trouble with a part of the homework, or if something from class doesn't make sense, you can go back later and find that section again or that topic again and try to listen and learn. If you still have questions, send me an email. So it's possible to watch some of the video, but not the whole video if you don't want to. Lots of different ways to make the class material work for you and what you need. Okay, go ahead and grab that piece of paper. Again, we're going to take another short vowels quiz. Number your paper 1 through 10. I'm going to read out 10 words with our short vowel sounds. We've been doing this practice quite a bit, and I think it's good listening practice. This is something you can also do on your own if you want to. I've started putting the voice memos for the different word groups on the class website. You could practice listening and writing the word that you hear. If it's too fast for you, you can pause and write and play and pause and write and play and pause and write. But since this is English sounds and syllables, we want to get a good combination of listening and speaking and a little bit of reading and writing, all of those things together. Okay, so let's do our quiz. Number 1, ready? Cup, cup, cup. 2, pack, pack, pack. 3, hot, hot, hot. Number 4, bid, bid, bid. 5, bed, bed, bed. 6, pet, pet, pet. 7, man, man, man. 8, lot, lot, lot. 9, mud, mud, mud. 10, hip, hip, hip. Okay. Number 1 is cup. 2, pack. 3, hot. 4, bid. 5, bed. 6 was pet. 7, man. 8 lot, 9 mud, and 10 hip. Okay, how did you do?
I have 2.
Okay,
2 mistakes.
2 mistakes. Okay, are they the same short vowel sound or different short vowel sounds?
Different men. I was read MEN
Mm-hmm.
and med. I was read MAD.
Okay. Yeah, those are similar
Mhm.
sounds.
Me too.
Simil-
I
Mm.
did the same mistake. Men
Okay.
and head. Mad.
Man and mud. Okay. Okay. Sometimes we can see patterns by missing the same mistake. Sometimes it's because some of these words are very familiar and some of them are maybe a little bit less common. Hearing those sounds in isolation without another sound next to it, like we see bid and bed right next to each other, our brain has more time to think about that difference. But when there's that space in between, it does become trickier, and we need a little bit more practice to make those short vowel sounds or identify those short vowel sounds. Also remember that most of the time we use words in combination with other words, right? In the whole sentence, in conversation or reading. And sometimes when that happens, we use the context to figure out the meaning of the situation, right? So if we hear mid or mud, we can figure out, are we talking about playing outside and it just rained? Or are we talking about, I don't know, the middle of something, the midpoint, mid and mud. So yeah, we use the context a lot to help us figure out the meaning of words we maybe don't fully know. Okay. Well, with that, let's go over our main topics for today, our schedule for today. All right, we just took the short vowels quiz. We're going to do a good review of the digraph and diphthong sounds that we have learned so far. We're going to learn that new one and then talk about syllable type number 4. All right, I don't know why this is here because we just finished our short vowels quiz, but we're going to skip this. All right. Does anybody have this paper, have it printed, or have a page in their notebook that looks something like this?
Yes, I printed out.
Okay.
Me too.
Okay. Okay, great. This is my first time to teach this class, and I didn't know fully what the purpose of this paper was when I first started, but now I see how important it is to kind of put all of those things in one place. And when you have a question throughout, you can kind of use this as the guide where to start to answer your question. So we're going to break down this paper piece by piece, and we'll see how every class we've covered a little bit of it. So if you have this paper, go ahead and locate it. We're going to talk about it together. So if we start at the top of the page, this was a couple of weeks ago, I think like class number 3 or 4. We talked about AI, AY, EE, and EY. And these are the sound or letter combinations that make the long A and long E sounds. So if you want to repeat after me, I'll read the words on this paper so we can hear the long A and long E. If you want to create this paper for the first time as we're working today, or if you want to make corrections or changes to this paper, this is the time to do that. All right, our long A sound. Rain, daily, main, day, play, ray. Long E, we have beep, creek, sheep, key, Ashley, valley. So this list of words is meant to go something like this. These AI words are going to go in this first space here, the AY in the second space, and that kind of thing. Just to give you some example words to help you identify what sound that makes. Okay, week 3 was, or class 3 was a long time ago. Do you remember these sounds?
Yes.
Next, we practice the OA, OE, and UE endings. OA and OE make the long O sound, and UE makes the long U sound. We have the words coat, reproach, coat again. I don't know why I didn't change that. We could use the word goat, toe, foe, and woe. Our long U words are Sue, blue, venue, and clue. I'm sorry, Q. Remember with this UE ending and that long U sound, there's those two different pronunciations that are changed by the consonant that comes before it. We will talk more about long U next week, I think. And so we'll go over that difference again. Okay, I see some eyes going down to your notebooks. I don't want to move too fast if you want more time on this page. Okay, ready for the next one? I see you and Vivian and Lisette, you're the only faces I can see, so I really rely on your expressions to help me know. The other students, I don't know how you're doing, so feel free to use the reactions tool on your screen or send me a chat or unmute yourself if you can and let me know how you're doing. Thank you, Kazumi. All right, our next sounds are the OW, OU, and OO. This one's a little more complicated because the different spellings create different sounds. Remember the words snow and plow. The OW OW makes the long O and that diphthong ow, ow. We have the OU spelling for trout and soup. There we hear that oo sound, an ow, oo. And then our double O, school and book, oo and I think this is the class where someone said, how do I know which one it is? And if you ask some Native American English speakers, they will say, it just sounds right. It just sounds right. And that's not very helpful when you don't know what it's supposed to sound like. So we come back here where we recognize some familiar words and we can remember the sounds that these familiar words make. We can always check a dictionary for help with the pronunciation of that spelling to know which sound it is. Now, a lot of these we just learn by experience and we learn by remembering when we see or hear a new one. And sometimes we make mistakes. Okay, are you ready for the next one? Okay, next we had oi and oi. This is the same sound with two different spellings. Oi, 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 oi. This is that diphthong where we have two vowels that move to create one new vowel sound. Boil, voice, oil, toy, boy, annoy. Okay. Any questions so far about the sounds we've learned? Then let's check the next one on our list. The next two we have are AW and AU. This is where we're going to spend our time today. AW and AU are the spellings that create another diphthong. This is kind of a unique vowel sound created by those two letters coming together, those two vowels coming together. In this way, I guess W is kind of acting like another vowel. It totally changes the sound of that letter A. So the AW and AU spellings create the same sound, and that is ah, 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 ah. With that diphthong sound, we often see the shape of our mouth move with just the vowel sound, not the consonants or other letters in the word. Ah, ah. The mouth goes from that really open, relaxed place to a more closed position. Ah, ah. All right, here are some example words to add to our sheet here. And we're going to do a lot of practice with reading other familiar and unfamiliar words with awe. We have fawn, rawhide, dawn, auto, exhaust, August. Okay. When you've added these to your list, we're going to do some practice with reading these words. All right, I'm going to put this document in the chat for you. So if you want to open it on your screen, we'll have one student in each breakout room share their screen. You're going to read the words together. This one is just 2 pages, 2 pages. So you're going to look at these 2 AU and AW spellings at the same time. Read the words carefully and slowly. We'll come back and we'll read some of them together. Since it's just 2 pages, let's take about, I don't know, 6 or 7 minutes to read these in our breakout rooms. Any questions before we break out?
Read this one.
Say again, please.
Read this word only.
Yep, you're going to read these words together with your group.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. If you have any questions or problems in your group, let me know in the chat. I'll come help.
I first, okay, autograph, laundry, done, sawdust, bra,
Draw. Astronaut. Hunt. Strawberry. Fawn.
faucet, rawhide, Lawrence, outer, August,
Thumbnail. Upload. Coleslaw. Drone. Haunted.
outer, seesaw, saw, chow, club,
So.
Here, Lilia, before you read the next column, let's practice that ah sound again. Remember to open your mouth and keep it. Let me turn my camera on so you can see me. Keep your mouth really open during that sound. The AW and AU doesn't change the pronunciation. It's always ah, ah, ah. Scrawny, tomahawk, hawk, yawn, exhaust, ah, ah, ah.
Okay. Thank you.
okay. You, scrawny, tomahawk, hawk, jam, exhaust,
That was perfect.
Holocaust, audit, vault, taunt, gauntlet.
Perfect. Great job.
Thank you.
honey, crawfish,
Song and AW.
Okay.
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 Read one line. Each line we are reading. Okay, start.
First column and you second column.
Okay.
Okay. Autograph,
Yeah.
laundry, done, sawdust, hall,
Draw.
astronaut, aunt, strawberry, phone, faucet,
Faucet.
Lawrence,
Lawrence.
Odor, and August.
Okay. Sawmill. Auto. Scrawny. Applaud. Seesaw. Tomahawk. Coleslaw. Coleslaw.
Coleslaw.
Saw. Hog. Drawn. Shawl. Yawn. Hunted. Claw. Exhaust.
Wait just a second. Go back up to that previous page.
Okay.
Let me show you this word. Where's my annotation? Oh, apparently I can't
Coleslaw.
annotate. Coleslaw. Coleslaw.
Or is it
remember-
coleslaw?
Okay.
Because it's the consonant. Well, I guess it's not a consonant. It's the vowel consonant E. You know what? Yeah. It's that vowel consonant E. So we get the long O. Coleslaw.
Okay.
Okay, keep going. You're doing great. The rest were perfect.
Okay, listen. You start.
Okay. Holocaust, audit,
Okay. Scrawny.
Yeah.
Tom Hag, Jam, Exhaust.
Exhaust. Holocaust, audit, vault, taunt, gauntlet.
Okay. Onion, crayfish, fly, trauma, defraud.
Center, autospray, grec, trampoline, auburn.
Withdraw, sassy, laundress, ouster, hawthorn,
Authority, caucus, caustic, hydraulic, autocrat.
fauna, bubble, nautical, auditor, daddle,
Dawdle. Dawdle. Dawdle means to like move slowly, move without purpose. When you're waiting to go somewhere, you're running late and your kids are like, nah, I'm gonna go change my socks. I'm gonna go do
Yeah.
this. That's dawdle.
Daddle.
tire.
I'm gonna say, stop dawdling. Get to it. Okay. You guys did a wonderful job. We're gonna go ahead and close our breakout rooms and go back into our main group
Okay,
together.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, we're still waiting for some to come back to our main room.
It. Gauntlet. I don't know what it is. Gauntlet. I don't know what it is. Okay.
That's okay. We're going to read some of these words together. Instead of reading just one column together, I'm going to kind of hunt and pick the words that I think are kind of really unusual, that I heard some students having trouble with. So we're going to go over some specific ones together instead of just one big list together.
Okay.
All right. Here we have, can you all see the screen with the list of words? Okay.
Astronaut.
Astronaut.
No.
This is the name Lawrence. Or
Lauren.
Lawrence. Sometimes the pronunciation changes, but we're practicing the ah. Lawrence.
Lawrence.
Lawrence. Tomahawk. Tomahawk.
Here we say strawberry.
Here is strawberry. Strawberry.
Thank you.
This word is coleslaw. Coleslaw. It has 2 syllables. Any other questions about this page?
No,
I have a next page, a lot of questions.
Okay, we'll get there. We'll do that next. All right. Here we have haunted. Haunted. Shawl. Shawl. Awning. Awning. Saunter. Saunter. Any questions about this screen here?
Only this stays with me.
The word I want to ask about again, coleslaw. Why we are not saying coleslaw?
Because we want to practice our rules of syllable division. So we know that that E, we have to be really careful with that. And we want to look for that consonant vowel E syllable. And we see that here. We see the O.
Vowel, consonant, vowel.
Vowel, consonant, vowel. We see that that E is going to change, become the silent E and change that O. Coleslaw. Normally what we want to do is we want to count the vowels in the word. And that can
Is
give
this
us
a compound word? Why we are not dividing this after S, law, because law is an independent word, so we can think that it's a mixture, it's a compound word. Law.
Yeah, I see your question there. Yeah, we do recognize the word law. You know, I don't know that we can, you know, sometimes we do recognize the. Hello, who is just joining us?
What is the meaning of slaw? Is there any meaning of slaw?
Oh, hold on just a second. Cool one.
Oh, I don't know. I just see email and I have the class. They say I can join. That's I join inside again.
You got the email from me?
From the fear or something. I don't know. I saw the link give to me.
What is your name?
Hong Zheng.
And who is your teacher?
I will check the email. Okay, I will leave.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. Okay, sorry about that. Cool one. Your question. You're right. We do want to recognize the word law in this. This is a trickier word and maybe one that we want to go and check the dictionary about.
Okay.
That SL together, that's one of those vowel or those consonant combinations that we see. What is that called? I can't remember, where those two consonants are working together. The digraph, right? There's two letters and two sounds. They're still working together to make a unique combination of sounds. Slaw. This is not a compound noun. There's no such thing as coal, and I don't think slaw is a word except as an abbreviation for coleslaw. I don't know that I have a great answer to your question, except that this is the way that it is. I'll keep thinking about that one though.
Oh, okay. I will also.
But
yeah,
thank you. I will say when we, our first instinct when breaking the syllables is to look for the vowels. And when we see the vowel E, we need to take another step before we count it as its own vowel and look for some of those other syllable types in the word. So because we see the OLE, we know that this is going to break after the E, not before the L.
But
so
if we break it after S, then we should say colas.
It would still be coals.
Okay.
Coleslaw.
Okay.
Which is not correct, but it would be a pretty good guess. Coleslaw is a type of food. It's made from cabbage and some kind of, I don't know, like mayonnaise type of sauce. And it's very popular in the southern United States, and I don't like it. So that's all I know about it. It has a very like sour kind of taste to it. Do you know coleslaw?
Yes, I love it.
Yeah?
It's like dressing?
It is used as a side dish. So yeah, you might serve it with chicken and you could use it as the dressing for chicken.
I know, but I like it.
It's very popular for a reason, right? No, I misspelled it. That's not going to help. And Google changed my spelling mistake. Yeah, this one calls it coleslaw dressing. I don't know. It's not my favorite thing. But you'll probably see it at American, oh yeah, with apple cider vinegar, cabbage. Yeah, no wonder it's sour. It's very common in summer barbecue or summer food in the southern US.
On my country, it's very common too.
Oh yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, I guess that fermented cabbage is eaten all around the world. Probably in Japanese food too, I would imagine. So this word here, we sometimes use the word slaw to refer to coleslaw. Say, oh yeah, I'll bring the slaw.
I like it.
Yeah. Okay, let's come back to our list here.
How to pronounce autopsy? Autopsy.
Yeah, that was perfect. We're going to get there in just a second. Where did we leave off? Holocaust. Yeah, okay. Let's pick up where we left off. Saunter, audit, crawfish, autopsy. Autopsy.
Okay. And tarpaulin?
Tarpaulin.
Tarpaulin.
That's another word. We usually use the part tarp. tarp is like plastic fabric that you use normally outdoors. Tarp, tarpaulin. Here's the word taunt.
Oh.
Taunt. Gauntlet. Gauntlet. Laundress. Laundress. Looks like laundry. Laundry. Laundress with this ending is the person who does the laundry. Usually the woman who does the laundry. The laundress.
And for the man is lawn.
The male version of that word would be launderer. Launderer can be man or woman.
Okay.
Launder is the verb. Yeah, the verb and the root there. So launder, launderer, laundress. The different suffixes that we're adding change the part of speech and the meaning just a little bit. And we have the word here, caustic.
Our service for Kartika.
Caustic.
She completed again.
Any questions about these words?
Miss Vanessa,
Yes.
now how to pronounce AU and AW?
Oh.
Those are same sounds.
Yes, the AU and AW make the same sound. It's that sound, ah, ah, ah.
Like a phonetic sound O or U?
It's the sounds together. It's not the individual A sound or U sound. It's the diphthong. It's a new vowel sound that is created by the two together. Ah. Mhm.
I have a question.
Yes, please.
How to pronounce next to authority? Fauna?
Fauna.
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 Okay, thank you.
With this spelling, the AU and the AW, we really have a desire to change the pronunciation. Ow and aw or something like that. But it's actually the same sound. Fauna and draw, fa, draw. Okay, let's scroll down to the bottom of this page. Oh, we're almost there. We have austere, austere, hydraulic.
I have one question.
Mhm.
Austere, then vowel, consonant vowel. Then here, why E? Last E is not, is it silent?
That's the silent E that makes this
Why
E
it's
the
not
long
austere?
E.
Okay, if the last E will not there, then we will say austere, now austere. Is it?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
correct. If the
Okay.
word, if it was spelled A-U-S-T-E-R, this would be
Austere.
austere.
Okay.
But because this final E is here, it changes tier,
Here.
austere.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. And we have the word dawdle. 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 Okay.
How about how to home is that, yeah, that one.
We're going to divide the syllable here. We have our AW, which makes the sound aw, thorn, hawthorn, hawthorn. This would be a great page to come back and review on your own. Come back and read these words out loud. Check the class website for the recording or the listening so you can hear each word. Listen and repeat after me in that activity. And then come back and create your own voice memo, reading the words, and then listen for the aw sound. If you miss one, that's okay. If you miss a lot of them, come back and try again. Listen again to my version and then practice again on your own. So much of this is listening practice. It's that combination of listening, speaking, and reading. So as much as you can practice those three things together and separately. Well, you can't do them totally separately. You're always going to be doing two, at least two at the same time. Reading and listening, or listening and speaking, or listening and reading. That's how the skill is going to be enforced. And like we talked about before, we always make mistakes. Most of the time, we still understand, even when there is a mistake. Your native language and the sounds in your first language really impact your ability to make these sounds. And that's okay. That's part of speaking another language. And it's okay to make mistakes and okay to not get 100% every time. Okay, it's 10:43. Let's take a break. Let's take 7 minutes. We'll come back at 10:50 and move on with the last half of our class. All right, I'll see you at 10:50. Okay, come on back to your computer, your screen, so we can continue with class number 8. All right. Okay, so before we move on to our syllable types review and learning the next syllable on our list, let's do a really quick reading review of the sounds that we have learned so far. All right, so repeat after me if you can. I'm going to read the words down the list, not across, but down. Okay. We have daily, play, flown, chow, venue, toe, coop, voice, crook, foot, county, toy, you, beep, may, valley, coat, blue. We can add dawn and auto to that list today. Okay. I think at this point, you guys are pretty familiar with our 3 syllable types. We have talked about them many, many, many times before. These 3 syllable types are these, well, there's 6 of them total that we're learning in this class. These are these common patterns that we see syllables make. We want to know where to divide the syllable, as well as the syllables of a word, as well as how that syllable type impacts the pronunciation of the vowel sound in that syllable. There are exceptions to all of the types. That's just how English is. There's always exceptions, but we can still recognize some patterns that make us better readers and speakers of English. All right, our first type is the closed syllable. That consonant, vowel, consonant. The consonant takes the short sound. We have the vowel consonant E syllable. The vowel consonant E, that E on the end is silent, and the vowel takes the long sound. Then we have the open syllable. This is the syllable ending with a vowel. That vowel takes the long sound, except a couple of vowel letters. What vowel letters are the exception to the open syllable?
Wow.
Schwa sounds.
We hear the schwa sound when the letter A is at the beginning or end of the word, or the letter I in the middle of the word. We often experience the schwa, the sound. That schwa is a really common sound in English. We hear it all the time, all over the place, but it's especially noticeable in this open syllable. And there's the question that we're answering. That's the exception to type 3. All right, today we're going to talk about type 4. But before we do, let's do a quick review and practice of recognizing, dividing and recognizing these different types of syllables. So on your paper, for each of these words, you're going to divide the syllables and then label which type it is. C for closed, E for silent E, O for open.
Teacher, I
Or
have one question.
yeah.
I have seen many times like B spellings brown, 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 and a name BROWNE. What is the difference between this?
BROWNE can be can be a proper name, can be somebody's last or family name.
Then okay, is this any difference between speaking difference, pronunciation difference, brown and brown NE?
No, it's brown, brown.
If we have to write brownie, then how we can write?
We are going to look at that word later in the class, but I can show you right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have the color brown. Sometimes we have the proper name or the family name Brown. Sometimes it is spelled Brown with an E. I don't know, it's just fancier that way. And maybe it comes from like, I don't know, French or something, but the American pronunciation is just the same as without the E.
Okay.
Brownie with the ending IE, that's that cake-like dessert, chocolate cake-like dessert.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes with proper nouns, they're going to break the pronunciation and sounds and syllables rules that we're learning. And there's always exceptions. All right, so for these words here, let's go ahead and practice dividing and labeling the syllables. All right, give me a thumbs up or a note in the chat when you're finished and ready to check. Okay. All right, on the next slide here, I have all of the answers. So we're going to read and answer or check and answer any questions you all have about this. Lisette, is that your face that you're a little unsure how you did? That's okay. That's okay. All right, let's check our syllable division. You can see our short and long vowel sounds and how the different syllable types change those sounds. Okay, how did you do?
Two mistake. Banana and seminar. Seminar.
Did you forget the schwa?
A, banana, A.
Banana. Yeah, I know we want to say banana, banana, banana. We still have the schwa at the end, but don't forget it can come at the beginning too. Banana.
I have a question. Is the writing the why put on the E?
Yeah, in the word writing, we don't see the E of that base word write, right? Right, because that ing ending takes away that E, but it's still there.
Okay, thank you.
So we're following the rule of the silent E syllable, writing.
I'm confusing about the semi because some person said like a semi-final or semi-track. Is it open?
Okay, good question. So this is a great example of how syllables change the pronunciation of the word and the stress of the word. So semi, S-E-M-I, is a prefix. And that's where we see like a semi-truck. I guess it would be a form of a prefix. So when we see that word, like we're really commonly hear semi, semi-truck, even semi meaning like halfway of something or part of something. I guess it means part. I'll have to look into that. Anyway, so we recognize part of that word and we want to use the same pronunciation in this word from semi to seminar, right? However, it doesn't follow that rule in the case of the silent E, that consonant I in the middle of the word becomes the unstressed syllable. In the word semi, it's an open syllable, semi. Semi. So it's going to have that long I sound. But here, because it's in the middle of the word, it gets a different pronunciation. Semi is the prefix that actually means half. The semi-truck is like two halves of the truck, I guess.
All right, team.
Okay. This word friends does not follow the 3 rules that we've learned so far. It's actually not even an example of the rule we're going to study today, so don't worry about it. But it's a good reminder that we haven't finished yet. We still have a little bit more to learn.
When is
Okay, so today we're talking.
Amma.
Just yeah, question.
Amma.
Here, writing means is said here is said E is silent, but it doesn't have a E right there.
It doesn't, right? Because we have
Yeah.
this prefix ending, ing, that changes the spelling of the word right. Even though
Okay,
the
I got
E
it.
is not there, it's still there. It's just silent and invisible.
I got it. Thank you.
Yeah. Adding prefixes often changes the pronunciation, or in this case, suffixes changes the pronunciation. I guess in this case, it doesn't change writing, but many, many times it does. Okay, today we're talking about the consonant LE syllable. Consonant LE. So this is for words that end with a consonant, an L, and an E. For words that end like this, or even just for syllables that end like this. Here we have an example here, BLE. This is an example word for our consonant LE. You've also noticed our little turtle friend here with his bubble or bubbles. Turtle
Table.
and bubble are consonant LE syllables.
Table.
Table is another great one, yeah. So we're going to open this document here. I'll put it in the chat for those of you who don't have it printed. I'm going to share my other screen. New screen share. And move everything around so I can see everybody again. All right, we're going to talk about syllable type number 4, the consonant LE syllable. In the consonant LE syllable, it has 3 letters, a consonant, an L, and an E. Imagine that. In this type of syllable, the E is silent. It is the vowel of the syllable because every syllable needs a vowel. But in this case, the consonant and the L are sounded like a blend, which gives us the vowel sound. This is a common syllable at the end of a multi-syllable word. Here are some examples. Table, like Lilia just gave us. Table. Little. Rifle. Buggle. Studdle. Musel. So we see the consonant L and the vowel E. The E is silent. The 2 letters of that consonant blend together to create the syllable. We have this ending here sounds like bull, bull. It almost sounds like we're saying bowl, bowl. And this word here is rifle, full, rifle. It doesn't have that U, it's the blend of those two consonants together that make the syllable. Any questions about the consonant LE syllable?
Teacher, can't we say that last character of any word, if it is E, then is silent?
I'm not going to say never, because there's always an exception. But when you see the E, you have to be careful. You have to take the extra step to review these syllable types and the rules of pronunciation and
Actually,
check
I can't
before.
recall any word that ends with the E having a sound E. I don't know. Is there any word?
I
So
can't
I
think of
think
one. I can't think of one either. However, I'm never going to say never in English. So it's a pretty safe bet. Yeah, but it may not be 100%, maybe 99.999%. That's the really tricky thing about English, is that like almost nothing is for certain, right? There's always an exception. There's always a mistake that people accept or, you know, receive without any conflict. There's always differences in the way that we use the language, and that's just the way that English is. All right, with our syllable type number 4, the consonant LE syllable, you know there's an exception. There's always an exception. When the consonant is the STLE, when the syllable is preceded by an S, and that T will be silent as well. So we really only hear the ul sound. Castle. There's no T in that word. Castle. Whistle. In the STLE, the T is silent as well as the E, and the syllable is the L, ul sound. Castle, whistle. Okay. Let's go into some breakout groups and read the words on this list together. And then in our next activity, we have some sentences using the consonant LE. So we're going to start first with the words, and then I'll share the link to the sentences for you to read together. All right. Okay, this is just one page, so we'll just take a couple of minutes to read, and then we'll read some of them together.
Go ahead.
Temple, rebel, entitled, bingle, snowfall.
Okay. That flu, modlu, embeslu, wizard, dantu, breedlet, straightlet, amblu, brat, lu. Ah, okay. Ah, it's
Okay.
you go.
Hold
Bridle.
on. 1 second, please. 1 second, please. Let me jump in here if you can hear me okay. We're practicing this syllable, the consonant LE syllable at the end of the word. But don't forget about the front of the word. The front of the word is still following the syllable types 1 through 3. So we don't want to forget the pronunciation of those sounds. So in this first word, T-E-M-P-L-E, the ending is pull, pull.
Yeah.
That first syllable though, T-E-M, is our closed syllable. So we have the short E, temple.
Temple.
The next,
The
rubble.
Rebel.
So don't forget our rules of syllable division and the different syllable types and the pronunciation of those syllables. Okay, keep going with practice.
Okay. Repeat again. Entitled, bongo, snuffle, dotful. Oh, you, Lilia.
Please go your screen.
The second again.
Sorry. Devil, middle, embristle, grizzle, dandle.
Bridle, struggle, amble, prattle, or heckle.
Really good, much better. Keep going.
And still.
Please.
Teacher, please send us link and breakout room.
Oh yeah, I'm here.
Yes,
Okay.
we already see
We
the
are
screen.
not able to share screen. Okay.
Okay.
I think I can now do it.
Okay.
Let me try.
Okay.
Next.
Okay, can I read? Tuffle, muddle, embezzle, grizzle, tantle.
Bridle, struggle, amble, prattle, heckle, I don't know.
Okay.
Rubble,
Okay.
entitle,
Okay.
bungle, snuffle, duffle,
But
muddle.
the second already somebody authored it.
What are you saying?
I said maybe you read first these 5 words, then I don't know, maybe me, and then Lizette. For everybody read it. So
Okay.
maybe duffel.
Oh, okay.
Start, yes.
Okay, listen, please, you center.
Okay. Duffel, mother, embezzle, grizzly, I don't know.
Grizzle.
Grizzle, dandle.
Okay, Arina.
Bridle, bridle, struggle, amble, brittle, hickle.
Heckle.
Yeah, don't forget in those closed syllables, we still want to use the short vowel sound. So prattle and heckle. And then in the open syllable, that first word is bridle.
Bridle.
But your endings are perfect, but we don't want to forget the beginning syllable. All right, great teamwork. Thank you guys.
Unsettle, dissemble, multiple, voluble, sensible, voluble,
Befuddle, ventricle, cubicle, canticle, impossible.
Subtitle, unstable, soluble, finagle, vehicle.
Yeah, great job. Those last three, my goodness, they are soluble,
Soluble.
finagle. Some people say finagle. I think both are okay. And vehicle.
Oh, okay, we can start from top again.
Yeah. We're going to join back in the main room in a minute, but you can have one more minute to practice together. Okay. All right, I think everyone is back. Let's see, are we waiting on anyone else? No. Okay, perfect. All right. Now, as I visited all of the different groups, everybody did a great job with this final ending, this new syllable type 4 that we always see at the end of the word, this consonant LE. In the consonant LE, that E is again silent, and those two consonants, the L and the other consonant, blend together. Now, when we say the consonant LE syllable at the end of the word, we don't want to forget the previous syllable rules that we've already learned. Those other three types, the open, closed. Really, we see here the open and the closed. So I'm going to read a couple of the less familiar words with you here on the screen. And of course, we can answer any questions that you might still have. Here's the word bridle. Bridle. It has that open, so the long E.
Bridle.
Embezzle.
Embezzle.
Embezzle. We have two, very good. We have two closed syllables, so the short E sounds. Embezzle. The word here is heckle. Heckle. We have ventricle. Ventricle.
And this, excuse me.
Grizzle.
Grizzle. Okay.
Grizzle. Yeah, I heard you practicing or trying to get that word right, and you did get it in your breakout room. Grizzle.
Grizzle. Grizzle.
I don't think it's a real word, so you probably won't have that problem in in regular speaking. But we might know, we use the word puzzle, Puzzle, puzzle. So here's the word ventricle. We do hear the short I in this word, even though it's the open syllable in the middle of the word. But here's the word cubicle. Cubicle. That I takes the schwa sound. Cubicle. This long U in the middle of the word is always the tricky one. Soluble. Soluble. Finagle. Finagle. And vehicle. Okay, how are you feeling about the consonant LE syllable type?
I have a question.
Yeah.
The befudulu. How to pronounce this? Befudtle.
So let's remember our rules for syllable division. If we have a prefix and if we have the double consonant, we're usually going to divide in that area. With our syllable, it almost always takes with our vowel, almost always takes the consonant before it. So here's the break. Here is our, please excuse my writing, our LE syllable. This one is closed, and this one is open. So how do we pronounce this word?
Befudulu.
Befuddle.
Befuddle. Okay.
Befuddle.
Befuddle.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay.
Is that the first syllable is just open syllable or schwa? Befuddle.
It's an open syllable, befuddle.
Befuddle. Okay, thank you.
It is really common in English to throw that schwa in at different times in different places. It's that unstressed syllable. And in this word, fud is the stressed syllable, befuddle. So some people might say befuddle. Befuddle. That schwa can appear in other times and places too. It's not only with that A and I that we've seen with type number 3. So the answer to your question is both.
Is it an accent? That's why?
I mean, what is an accent, right? It could be like regional based on where you are. Sometimes that unstressed syllable comes out when we're speaking in a more informal setting compared to a more formal setting. So we might use more schwas in that informal conversation.
Okay.
It appears in different places in different ways by different speakers.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. The next page we're going to look at, I'm going to share in the chat. This is 2 pages of sentences where we see those. Oh, here's Rory. He woke up from his nap. He's ready for his lunch. We see some of those words with those consonant LE syllables at the end. There's 2 pages and you will not finish all of these all of these sentences. We don't have time today, but I think together with your group, you can get through a couple of them. What I'd like for you to do is read the sentences together, find those words with the consonant LE, and practice the division and pronunciation of those words. The club must hold a raffle and hopefully make some cash. So we have the word raffle. Here's our LE syllable and our closed short A, raffle. Number 2, we find our consonant LE word. We're going to divide our syllable. Hold on, I'm going to move that circle out of the way. Divide our syllable to the LE. And here we have another closed, so our short I sound. And remember, the QU works together, qua. So this is quibble. Those kids quibble over the smallest things. Okay, I heard somebody already found the word in number 3. So I'm going to share this document in the chat. We'll have one person again share their screen, and you're going to do the same activity together. You don't have to do all 2 pages. I'm going to give about 15 minutes for this activity. I'll visit all of the groups. So if you have questions, you can send me a note or wait until I come to join you. All right, let me put this in the chat. Go ahead and open that. Make sure I've sent you the right one. Okay. And we're ready for our breakout rooms. Yeah, we'll take about 15 minutes for this one.
Hello.
Yes,
Can you
yes.
see the screen?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Now I got the way to share the screen. Who want to start?
You can start.
Okay. Oh. Whose screen is this? I'm not going.
First page is yes, since first sentence, yes.
Is it your screen or mine?
Hello?
Is it your screen? You
Yes,
are.
it's my screen.
Okay, then start it from number 1.
Number 4 or number 1?
Number 1.
Okay.
Okay.
No, the final is no LE syllable.
Okay. Read the first.
Because before the A is the vowel I. And the 4, the sample should effectively get us sales. And the word is sample.
Yeah.
We can break between M and P.
Yeah.
Some is
Close syllable.
close syllable with short sound. Whole is LE syllable.
Yeah.
Okay.
I recommend this plane so that we can win the battle with that company. Battle between T and T. First syllable is closed and the second is LE syllable.
Yeah. Sheldon broke his leg and now it is an accomplishment for him to hobble up the steps. The word is hobble.
Yeah.
I can break in between BB to B.
Yeah.
Hop is closed syllable, short sound. BLE, L is syllable.
Okay.
Up the steps.
Mhm.
This is number
Now
one.
seven, read, 7. Lizette, you can read 7.
Number 4, number 5.
7.
Seven number. Listen,
Ah,
7.
okay.
Jimmy.
Hope that he will be able to get that expensive van.
8. The second baseman did not like to mingle with the fans.
9th sentence. Beth was idle and felt she was useless.
We must haggle over the cost before we make the deposit.
Okay. 11.
These two?
11. No. Here first. Okay. Upon his retirement, Bob wished to go to Atlantic City to gamble.
This company had to struggle to get established here.
Tom did not like the dimple in his chain.
Mom tactfully told Sam that the bugle was not his best instrument.
Can you try to, where is it? Can you try to assemble this gas grill?
This win will entitle me to the grand prize contest.
Now, Mias, we must we must finagle a plan to get us out of this mess.
Bring multiple samples to the sales meeting.
I think that the baby will resemble me.
Did Mr. Jones embezzle the cash when he was hidden within his cubicle?
Really good. Great job, guys. Well, let's read on this page here. Let's go back to number 4, please. Can you scroll up a little bit? Perfect. Okay. So we have the word bugle. So we're going to divide with that syllable gle, right? There's our consonant le syllable.
Bugle? Is it bugle?
Yeah. So now we have the open syllable. Bugle, right. Mom tactfully told Sam that the bugle was not his best instrument. Great.
Okay, bugle.
And then I know in number 7, this word here, finagle, is such a weird word.
What does it mean?
Finagle. It means like to negotiate.
Finagle. Is it finagle?
Finagle. It has the long A sound.
Okay, finagle. What is the meaning of finagle?
Negotiate.
Negotiate. Okay.
Yeah. We must negotiate a plan to get us out of the mess. Sometimes negotiate is like between two people. Finagle could be between a person and a problem, or even two people. It's to kind of negotiate to solve a problem. You're not always negotiating with a person, but you try to negotiate with the problem. All right, great job, guys. I'm going to give you another 5 or so minutes. So if you want to read through these sentences again, you can, or chat about some of these sentences, or just chat about whatever you want, okay? How are you? How was your weekend? Are your kids going back to school? That kind of thing. Have fun.
Listen, would you like to tell us about your kids?
I don't understand, sorry.
Alizette, you have kids, yes?
No.
You don't have kids.
Okay, and Arina,
And
would you like to share?
Share. I don't know even. Today maybe I will go take sun because today very hot, maybe for 1 hour. I don't know. What you will do today after English?
I'll
Work?
do my homework only. I will take a walk.
I accidentally closed the breakout room instead of leaving the breakout room. So I'm going to check in with everyone, and then we'll make a plan from there. I meant for you guys just to hang out and chat for a few minutes, but I accidentally closed the room. Okay. That wasn't the full time that I meant to give you. Do you need more time to practice with these syllables?
Yes.
Okay.
We are middle, number 6.
Okay. All right. I'm going to start the breakout rooms again. Any questions before we go back to the breakout room? Don't forget to look at the first part of the word and the syllables and the sounds for those vowels in those syllables. All right. If you're finished, just chat about the weekend, chat about school, chat about life. I don't know what's happening in your life right now. Just hang out and have fun for a little bit. We'll do about 5 more minutes.
Can you see it?
Yes, I can see. So close and open. Title. Okay, entitle.
Entitled.
Okay, thank you. Number 7.
I forgot who's next.
I forgot too. Maybe not me. I think not me.
Diva?
Yeah, I think Diva. Number 7, Diva. No Diva?
Okay, so I'm gonna read it. Number 7. We must finagle a plan to get us out of this mess.
Finagle. So 3 syllable?
I'll be P. No, P.
Nago.
Pinago.
Pinago. Oh. Oh. Okay.
This is kind of a weird word. This word is finagle.
Finagle.
Finagle, that long A. Mhm.
Okay, finagle. Okay.
Okay,
Number
number
8.
8.
Bring multiple samples to the say less meeting. Multiple, more L and T divide by, then T, tipo.
Yep.
So, maybe T, I don't know. T, yeah, maybe, yeah, that's right. TI, then separate, then, so close, open, close, LE.
LE. Okay.
Okay, number
next.
9.
I think that the baby will resemble me.
Resemble me.
Resemble. Close, agree.
We open and
Hey guys.
close.
Hey guys,
Yes.
have you seen bring multiple means here the I is schwa sound. Multiple.
Multiple.
Yeah, E. The I is it's schwa sound. Multiple.
Okay. Multiple.
Schwa.
Yeah, very good catch, Diba. Multiple.
Okay, thank you.
What about the next word in that sentence?
Sample. Sample.
Resemble.
No, number 8.
Now go back to number 8 after the word multiple.
Multiple after samples.
Sample. Does that follow? Here we have, yeah, even though there's the S, it still has the consonant LE.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's good. Okay, see, close and
Guys, have you seen number 6? It's entitled. It's
Entitled.
I is again schwa.
I think it's open. Entitled.
Yeah, it is. Remember that schwa is the exception. It's not going to be in every case. And this is the case where it is actually the long I sound, entitle. The schwa happens in the unstressed syllable. In this word, it's the stressed syllable, entitle.
Entitled.
tie is that stress.
Number 10, Diva, go ahead. Diva?
You can carry on.
Is there Diva?
I know she has a lot of background noise. So.
Yeah, you can carry on. Sorry.
Okay, now I'm going to talk. Did Mr. Jones embarrass the cash when he was hidden within his cubicle? Embezzle, sorry.
Embezzle.
EM/BEZ/Z. So EM is close, embezzle. So it is maybe sure. I don't know.
I think this is close.
Okay, just close. Then bezel also close. And LE. And the next cubicle. Q U/BII/ko. So U is open, B is open, Q long U, BIIU, QB/ko.
Cubicle. The middle syllable is short. Cubicle. I think.
Cubicle. Cubicle. Or maybe sure. Yeah. Because no accent.
Yeah.
Cubicle. Cubicle.
Q is CU is accent, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Cubicle. All right, great job, guys. Let's go ahead and join our main room again and
thank
wrap up our
you.
class today. All right. Give the rest of the minute for the other students to join. Every time I'm in the room, when I close the room, everybody joins.
I have a question.
Yeah.
This page has answer page. Do you put on the homework or answer page? Do you have?
I can either find the answer page or I can make an answer page and put it on the class website for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Because
of
I
course.
sometimes don't understand sure area.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if
That
I've
schwa
answered,
sound comes out of nowhere sometimes. And
right.
yeah, I'll put the answer sheet to this worksheet on the class website so you can check your answers and yeah, check your work. What else was I going to say? There is also for the words, but not the sentences. There's the listening where you can listen to the previous page that we practiced together. Yeah, I can do that for everyone. That is somehow the end of our class today. This class went by quicker than I thought it was going to, that's for sure. I think it always does. We covered quite a bit today. We talked about all of our diphthong and digraph sounds that we have learned so far, and we flipped through the slides with all of those example words. We learned the new sound aw from AW and AU, aw. And then we practiced our fourth syllable type, the consonant LE syllable. There is homework on the class website, of course. Of course, it is optional. I recommend you do a little bit of each page. You don't have to do the whole page. Usually after 1 or 2 columns of words, you kind of understand what you're doing. Stop after about 1.5 hours. Don't work so hard. If you have a question about anything, stop and send me an email. I'm happy to answer your questions by email. Next week, we're going to continue with more sounds and more syllable types. We are starting to think about how we are going to do session 2. So session 1 will end at the end of August, or almost the end of August. Our last day will be August 26th. We're going to take a break before session 2 starts in September. The original plan was for our online classes to transition back to be in person. So we have to make that decision about going back to in person. I will send you an email with a couple of questions to help us make that decision. So please look for and respond to that email. I'm going to send it to you a couple of times if I don't get a response, okay? I'll send you a text message to remind you. It'll have 5 or 6 like very short questions. It's not super difficult, but it's really valuable information for us.